Hey, welcome to LeChec's Reaction. Today we're going to be looking at Trump's rally in Pennsylvania and just how bad it really was.
Now, this is my 13th visit to Pennsylvania during my administration, which is more than any other president to this point in the term, and I really love Pennsylvania. I went to school in Pennsylvania.
Straight A's, right, Trump?
Philadelphia. So we love this state. And I love the unions and I love the workers. And you know, when I built buildings in New York, I built them exclusively with union. People don't understand that.
He must be forgetting about all those poor, undocumented Polish workers he hired and didn't pay.
Back then, attorney Wendy Sloan sued Donald Trump, his company, and others, claiming they failed to acknowledge at least 150 undocumented Polish men working off the books. Donald Trump testified and was asked what working off the books in the construction industry meant. His response, I really don't know.
This would have never happened without me and us. This would have never happened.
Why did this happen?
So I'm with you. I'm with you. Remember that, and remember that Pennsylvania. You know, Pennsylvania has the best numbers they've ever had in the history of the state, and that's for a very good reason. And you know what that reason is? Hello, here I am.
Mr. Smug as ever.
It's one of the single biggest construction projects in the nation, and it made it possible and was possible by clean, affordable, all-American natural gas.
Did they just invent clean natural gas?
Powerful, clean, natural gas.
That's brilliant. I wonder if these workers that work in this industry know that they just created clean natural gas.
Unlike those big windmills that destroy everybody's property values, kill all the birds.
No.
Someday the environmentalists are going to tell us what's going on with that.
Don't hold your breath, Trump. Don't forget they cause cancer. Just like air conditioning units and fans.
I was a good builder. I built good. I love building. In fact, I'm going to take a tour of the site. They said, sir, we were going to do it before the speech, but we're waiting for it to stop raining. I said, don't worry about the rain. Do we have umbrellas? Don't worry about the rain. Umbrellas work very well.
President Trump facing backlash for canceling his visit to an American burial ground because it was raining.
Dans le courant de l'après-midi, nous aurons une dégradation rapide. Je suis désolée. Sur le nord-est du territoire. Donc une petite chute en direct, c'est pour ça.
I love cranes. I love trucks of all types. Even when I was a little boy at 4 years old, my mother would say, you love trucks. I do. I always loved trucks. I still do. Nothing changes. Sometimes, you know, you might become president, but nothing changes. I still love trucks, especially when I look at the largest crane in the world. That's very cool. Do you think I'll get to operate it? I don't know.
President of the United States loves trucks. Great. I wish he would have became a truck driver.
I want to thank all of our great union members, the Boilermakers, carpenters, cement finishers, electricians, ironworkers, laborers, millwrights, operators, plumbers, painters, steam fitters, I know well. And a group that I've used more than anybody that's ever run for office, times 1,000.
Porn stars!
And it's called the Teamsters, who truly have the backs of American workers. They become friends of mine. They do such an incredible job. They break up the roadblocks. We have a lot of roadblocks in this country where you have a little clause can stop a project. Little clause can stop it for years. And we break up those little clauses. We break them up fast.
For a guy who doesn't like clauses, he sure has a lot of non-disclosure agreements.
You know, EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, you've heard a lot of horror stories where nothing can get done, nothing gets passed. It takes years and years and years to get a simple permit. It can take 20, 21 years to get a road before they reject it. How about this? They go 20 years, 21 years in certain cases for a highway or a road. Not even a highway. And at the end of the 21st year, they vote to reject it.
21 years. Where does he get these numbers?
How would you like to be? You're a young person, you're starting out, and you're all excited about this project. And it starts off as being a simple straight road. And then it ends up being a total catastrophe.
The tragedy of being a road planner.
And it's 20 years later, and then they reject it. You've devoted half of your working life to a rejection. Happened to many people. And then it ends up being a total catastrophe. Because of nesting and lots of other things that we can take care of.
This is why Duck Dynasty loves Trump so much. They probably got a contract for this sort of thing.
Now we'll back Mr. Trump. I know Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders' record. Donald Trump, we don't know his record because he doesn't have one.
Great job killing the environment.
And we have a man that knows how to break it up, but he's also a great lover of the environment. EPA Administrator Andrew Wheeler. He's done an incredible job. Andrew? Great job, Andrew.
Andrew Wheeler, huh? Let's check this guy out. This environment lover. Andrew Wheeler is an American attorney and serves as the 15th Administrator of the United States Environmental Protection Agency. Yeah. Credible. Yeah. Environmental lover. This guy was a lawyer for coal companies. He lobbied against lifting environmental restrictions till Trump made him the head of the Environmental Protection Agency. It's pretty much like God telling the devil to guard the pearly gates. Like nothing bad can come of this.
Can you imagine if I got a fair press? I mean, we're leading without it. Can you imagine if these people treated me fairly?
You'd be in
The
jail.
election would be over. Have they ever called off an election before it just said, look, just let's go. Go on, 4 more years.
He's not joking.
Yeah. And then you want to really drive them crazy, go to hashtag 3rd term, hashtag 4th term. You'll drive them totally crazy.
Yeah, all those people that swore to uphold the Constitution. That'll show them. Like to welcome everyone to the end of democracy.
I mean, we need steel for defense. We need steel. What are we going to do? We have a little bit of a problem. We have a little bit of a conflict.
Foreshadowing? Yeah, I'd say so.
We'll say, listen, China, could you do us a favor? We need help.
What? We're going to war?
And frankly, the countries that we do the worst with are the allies, our allies. Does that make sense to you?
Oh, here comes a part of the speech that Putin paid for.
Our allies take advantage of us far greater than our enemies. And someday I'm going to explain that to a lot of people.